lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong yin yu jin lu jiang zam bai ma ge se dong bu la yin zhen zhe bi nu zhen ni bai ma ju ni xi su zha kur tu kan zhu ma bi gu qi xi qi su da lu ji qin xin lu ji xie su su guru kai ma si di hong Okay. Tsam Pema Gisa Dongpola Yinsen Choki Nutumye Pema Juni Shisu Cha Kurdu Kandu Mambiku Chichi Chisu Tabluji Chinchi Nubji Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Yin Yujin Lubjang Tsam Pema Gisa Dongpola Yinsen Choki Nutumye Pema Juni Shisu Cha Kurdu Kandu Mambiku Chichi Chisu Tabluji Chinchi Nubji Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Yin Yujin Lubjang Tsam Pema Gisa Dongpola Yinsen Choki Nutumye Pema Juni Shisu Cha Kurdu Kandu Mambiku Chichi Chisu Tabluji Chinchi Nubji Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Yin Yujin Lubjang Tsam Pema Gisa Dongpola Yinsen Choki Nutumye Pema Juni Shisu Cha Kurdu Kandu Mambiku Chichi Chisu Tabluji Chinchi Nubji Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Yin Yujin Lubjang Tsam Pema Gisa Dongpola Yinsen Choki Nutumye Pema Juni Shisu Cha Kurdu Kandu Mambiku Chichi Chisu Tabluji Chinchi Nubji Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hong
Hi, good evening, everyone. Fellow Hong Kongers and friends around the world. Welcome to Dhyana, a quick meditation session with Mr. Khyentse Norbu in the evening for 5 consecutive nights. Hello， 各位香港同埋世界各地嘅朋友，大家好，歡迎參加 Dhyana 禪定。我哋會一連5日喺同一個時間，由 Khyentse Norbu 先生帶領我哋做非常簡單嘅禪定。有請我哋嘅老師 ，Let's welcome Mr. Norbu. Over to you, Rinpoche.
Okay. Hello and greetings to everyone.
Hello， 大家好。
So, Dhyana loosely means training mind.
Dhyana 咧就簡單嚟講係心嘅訓練。
These days it is understood as meditation.
我哋呢一個時代咧就會話呢一個係禪定。
The ultimate aim of Dhyana is to see the truth.
禪定嘅最終目的係見到真諦。
To see the truth of yourself, others, world, universe, everything.
我哋見到自己啦、人啦、世界啦，同埋宇宙所有嘢嘅真諦。
That is the ultimate aim.
呢個係最終嘅目的。
For the time being, Dhyana is or can be used to make our mind malleable.
我哋而家可以咁講啊 ，Dhyana 禪定咧係可以令到我哋嘅心更加柔軟可塑。
Right now, our mind is like a stone or a piece of wood, very rigid, not malleable.
我哋而家我哋嘅心咧，好似一嚿石頭或者好似一塊木咁樣，係非常之硬嘅，唔可以去被塑造嘅。
So, for instance, if you are angry, right this very moment, you can't just switch it off as you like.
所以例如啦，如果你呢一刻係非常之憤怒嘅話咧，你係唔可以咧即刻咧去平息呢個憤怒，你自己想平息都唔得嘅。
Or tomorrow, if you wish to be angry between 5:30 till 5:35, you may not be able to be angry.
如果你話聽日咧，你想由5點半至到5點55分中間，你想憤怒嘅話咧，但係你都冇可能咁樣去控制嘅。
You can't just switch it on.
你唔可以就咁咧，即係就好似撻着咁樣。
So dhyana is good technique to make our mind workable.
所以咧，禪定咧係一個好好嘅訓練咧，去令到我哋嘅心咧係可以去被用嘅一個方法。
Dhyana is also, especially these days, practice to counter modern day problems such as depression, anxiety, so on and so forth.
禪定咧，尤其是我哋喺而家呢一個社會咧，係一個非常之好嘅訓練啦，去對治一啲現代社會嘅問題，例如焦慮啦，或者抑鬱等等。
I'm sure many listeners, they don't really worry so much about knowing the truth. Nobody has time for truth these days.
我諗咧，而家好多嘅聽眾咧，其實都唔係咁關心咧，去認識呢個真相啦。其實冇乜人咧係去關心認識真相嘅。而家呢一個時候
Even making the mind malleable, I don't know how many of you are interested.
就算話我哋令到我哋心更加柔軟啦，其實都唔係好清楚話我哋呢度有幾多個人係真係對呢樣嘢有興趣嘅咧。
But many of you here tonight, I'm quite sure that you want to deal with like anxiety, depression, trauma, etc.
但係咧，我諗喺呢度好多人喺今個晚上咧，我都幾確定咧，你哋係會想咧去處理抑鬱啦、創傷啦、焦慮等等。
Okay, so we are going to focus more on that since that seems to be the demand when I read many of your questions.
所以咧，我哋今晚咧應該就會專注喺嗰度嘅，因為咧似乎我睇咗你哋好多唔同嘅睇到你哋嘅問題咧，似乎呢個係你哋各位嘅需求嚟嘅。
So let's think about anxiety.
我哋咧一齊諗一諗呢一個焦慮啊。
Have you ever wondered why we are, as much as we don't want to be anxious, have you ever wondered why we are not always anxious, we don't have the anxiety all the time?
雖然我哋個個咧都好想唔係成日都咁焦慮，但係我哋有冇諗過點解我哋其實唔係成日都喺度焦慮嘅咧？
Because actually, practically everything that we encounter, the environment that we are in, practically everything should make you anxious.
因為咧，其實實際上咧，所有嘢我哋喺呢個環境度面對嘅所有嘢咧，其實咧都可以令到我哋焦慮嘅。
It's quite surprising that actually we only choose to be anxious with some things, but not everything.
其實都好有趣嘅就係咧，我哋淨係會選擇咧就一啲事情咧係覺得焦慮啦，但係唔係就所有事情都覺得焦慮。
We live in crowded place. I mean, like Hong Kong, very crowded. That is a very anxious cause and condition.
我哋咧住喺一啲非常之擠迫嘅環境啦，例如香港咁樣係非常之擠迫、非常之擁擠。呢個咧亦都係咧一個令到我哋覺得焦慮咧嘅起因嚟嘅。
Our body is so fragile and light, like a feather.
我哋嘅身體咧，好似羽毛咁一樣咁脆弱啦，同埋輕盈。
And we had long history of youth where so many strange wiring has happened on our brain.
我哋咧，而且咧係有一個非常之長嘅歷史啦。我哋嗰個腦部咧嘅線路咧係好似有啲短路咧黐埋咗咁樣。
But you may notice this. We are widely, sometimes really crazily concerned about certain things, but other things we choose not to be anxious of.
但係咧，你都可能會注意到咧，有時候我哋係非常之執着某一啲嘢啦，非常之去就一啲嘢焦慮啦，但係咧有其他嘢咧，我哋就唔係咁關心嘅。
Even though many times we can't really separate the real danger and the false alarms.
Sorry, the false alarm.
Yes.
但係咧好多情況之下咧，其實我哋係唔可以分開啦，嗰啲真正嘅危機啦，同埋啲假嘅危機嘅，可能係虛驚一場嚟嘅啫。
So what I'm saying is that fact that we choose to be anxious of something, not everything, even though they're all very valid to be anxious of. This is a good news.
所以咧，而家我想講嘅就係咧，我哋其實係我哋係選擇就某一啲嘢覺得焦慮。雖然咧，其實所有嘢咧都值得我哋焦慮，但係我哋都係淨係選擇某一啲嘢焦慮。其實呢一個係一個好嘅消息嚟嘅。
Right now, I am not anxious with this man who is taking photo of me.
我哋呢一刻咧，我呢一刻就算有呢一位人士咧，喺度對住我影相咧，但係其實我都暫時唔係好緊張嘅。
If you think about it, I have hundreds and thousands of reasons why I should be anxious of him.
如果你諗一諗嘅話咧，其實我有1000-10000個原因咧，點解我會因為咁而感到焦慮？
Not because he is a bad guy. He doesn't have to be a bad guy.
唔係因為佢係一個衰人啦，佢唔一定係一個衰人。
But he himself is dependent on lots of cause and conditions.
但係佢自己咧係有好多根據好多元氣嘅。
Okay, so fact that we choose to be anxious of few things but not everything. This is a good thing to know.
呢一個事實就係我哋咧選擇咧去我哋選擇就某一啲事情覺得緊張焦慮，而唔係就所有事情都緊張焦慮咧。呢一件事其實係一件值得可喜嘅事嚟嘅。
Now, when we are anxious,
而家
mainly we are talking about something to do with the mind.
當我哋咧覺得焦慮緊張嘅時候咧，其實我哋係講緊我哋個心，即係有啲事情喺個心嗰度發生緊。
Obviously, it's our mind that gets anxious.
當然啦，係我哋嘅心感到焦慮緊張。
But mind and the body has incredible relationship.
但係我哋個心同埋我哋嘅身體咧係有一個好特殊嘅關係嘅。
Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to work with both mind and the body first.
所以我哋而家要做嘅嘢就係我哋要同時將我哋嘅心同埋我哋嘅身體咧同一時間嚟運用。
I should say first we will work with the body.
我應該係話我哋而家咧係首先從我哋嘅身體開始。
And when I say work with the body, don't get alarmed. I'm not going to do any yoga exercise.
當我講身體嘅時候咧，唔好太緊張啊！我唔係話要我哋而家做瑜伽嘅練習。
Even though you should do yoga exercise all that walking, all of this is supposedly good for anxiety.
就雖然咧，你係應該做瑜伽嘅，雖然去練習瑜伽或者去行路啊，呢啲所有嘢咧都係可以對治焦慮。
At least when you are on the treadmill, it occupies you, and this will numb your anxiety. So it's good.
至少咧，如果咧你喺呢一個跑步機嘅上面嘅時候咧，你係會個焦慮係會被麻木嘅，咁呢樣嘢都係一個好處。
But right now, when I say I'm going to give you, let's work with the body, no physical exercise, no yogas.
但係我而家咧要話俾大家聽，要教大家我哋去運用我哋嘅身體嘅時候咧，我哋就唔需要做瑜伽啦，唔係話要做運動。
Or on the other hand, I should say the best yoga we are going to do.
但係咧反轉嚟講啦，我應該係話咧呢個係我哋會做嘅最好嘅瑜伽。
Okay, so we are going to do this for 2 minutes.
我哋咧會而家做呢樣嘢2分鐘。
Some of you may be sitting right now.
有啲人咧而家可能係坐咗喺度啦。
Some of you may be chopping vegetables.
有啲人可能喺度切緊菜啦。
Some of you may be walking on your in the Hong Kong Peak.
有啲人可能喺香港嘅山頂度行緊山啦。
Or maybe you are walking around in shopping malls. This is what the Hong Kong people do.
又或者你可能咧喺度行街啦，香港人都中意行街。
Don't stop. Do whatever you are doing.
唔使停嘅，你繼續做你而家做緊嘅嘢。
But for this next 2 minutes, we will do what I call observing the body. That's the best exercise for the yoga.
但係咧喺以下落嚟嘅2分鐘咧，我哋會一齊做咧所謂嘅我哋觀察自己嘅身體，呢一個咧就係最好嘅瑜伽。
Okay, so when I say observe, it's simply observe, no exotic thing I'm telling you.
當我話觀察嘅時候咧，就係真係只係觀察，唔係話做啲咩新奇特別嘅嘢。
Observe your body vaguely from the top to bottom.
觀察你嘅即係觀察你嘅身體依稀稀咁樣由頭到腳。
Or scan slowly. I don't know, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes.
或者咧慢慢咧係將你嘅身體掃描啦，由頭頂啦去到你腳趾尾。
You know, many times we do not observe. Do you even realize you have a 10 finger? Some of you 11 finger?
你知唔知啊？其實好多時候咧，我哋都冇觀察過㗎。有冇發現咧？有啲人我哋有10隻手指，有啲人就可能有11隻手指㗎喎。
Yes. So this is what we will do. Since I'm already sitting, I'm going to sit. It doesn't mean that those who are chopping vegetables, you should stop chopping vegetable and sit. You carry on, do whatever you are doing, just observe.
所以我哋而家咧就係會做呢樣嘢啦，因為我而家坐緊喺度，所以我就會繼續坐啦。但係如果你切緊菜嘅話，就繼續切菜，唔係話唔使話坐咗喺度咁樣嘅。我哋淨係繼續做我而家做緊嘅嘢就得啦。
Okay, let's start.
好，我哋而家開始。
Okay. Now,
OK，
as I said earlier, mostly anxiety is something to do with the mind.
我頭先都有講啦，呢個焦慮咧，主要咧係同我哋嘅心有關嘅。
But body and mind has so much connection.
但係咧，身同埋心咧係有好大嘅關係嘅。
And because of that, sometimes body also ends up becoming cause and condition for more anxiety.
所以咧，又因為咁樣咧，所以有時我哋嘅身體咧都會咧變咗咧係我哋嘅焦慮嘅其中一個因素，一個緣起。
Okay. Now, next, between mind and the body, there is sort of a connector. Something that connects body and the mind, which is air, the breathing that we do.
下一步咧，我哋講就係喺我哋身同心之間咧係有一個連接嘅，有一啲嘢係連接我哋嘅身同心，就係氣，咁咧就係我哋嘅呼吸。
So we are going to do dhyāna of breathing.
所以我哋而家咧係會做呼吸嘅禪定。
And by the way, even you have never heard of dhyāna of breathing, you probably have done it millions of times.
順便講一句啊，即使你從來冇聽過呼吸嘅禪修啦，但係你都可能咧做咗100萬次㗎啦。
When you are stressed, when you are sad, when you are angry, what do? You sigh.
當你係好緊張、好唔開心或者好嬲嘅時候，你做乜嘢咧？你嘆一口氣。
You know, you breathe. You know, you breathe out. You know, like you sigh, and it somehow helps a bit, isn't it?
你知你有時候好嘆一口氣嘅時候，你呼吸出嚟，有時候咧係幫到手嘅。
We sigh because it helps us.
我哋嘆氣啦，因為咧幫到我哋。
Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to do a better way of sighing.
我哋而家咧就要用一個比較好嘅方法去嘆氣。
Usually, we sigh both with nose and mouth, mainly mouth, maybe.
我哋通常咧，我哋嘆氣咧係用鼻同埋口，可能好多用個口嚟嘆氣嘅。
Now, since dhyāna is a lot to do with a discipline, let us now decide not to use mouth.
而家咧，因為我哋做禪定咧係同呢個一個戒律啦，或者一個自己一個戒律有關嘅，咁不如我哋而家咧就去決定我哋唔會用個口嚟嘆氣。
Next 3 minutes, no job for the mouth.
喺之後個3分鐘咧，個口係唔需要工作嘅。
Shut your mouth.
我哋要閂埋把口，
But not too tight.
但係唔好太緊，
Just don't use it.
唔好用佢就得啦。
This we can talk later. You overly using the mouth has created so much problem.
我哋可以陣間再講呢樣嘢啦，但係咧過度咁樣用自己個口咧係製造咗好多麻煩出嚟。
Okay. 3 minutes, we are taking silent vow.
我哋而家咧持一個戒啦，3分鐘嘅直指唔出聲。
3 minutes, we are going to breathe in and out with a nostril.
3分鐘裏面咧，我哋淨係用自己嘅鼻哥嚟呼吸。
But when you breathe in and out, it's important that when you breathe out, you only breathe out. You don't breathe in suddenly in the middle.
但係好重要嘅就係咧，如果你呼氣嘅時候，你淨係呼氣就唔好突然間又吸氣喺中間。
Finish the act of breathing out and then slowly breathe in.
我哋係要完成呢個呼氣嘅程序先，跟住我哋先慢慢吸翻氣。
That's all you do.
呢個就係我哋需要做嘅全部。
Breathe in and out fully for 3 minutes.
吸氣、呼氣、吸氣、呼氣，完全咁樣做3分鐘。
So let's do that. Start now.
我哋而家開始。
Okay. So this
OK，
5 minutes.
好，咁呢一個5分鐘，
Please try this.
我哋而家5分鐘試一試呢樣嘢。
Those who have anxieties, worries, those who are having relationship problems.
我哋如果有人有焦慮啦、擔心啦，或者有感情問題嘅人，
Those who are anxious about COVID situation.
我哋可能有啲人擔心新冠嘅疫情，
Those who are worried about Bitcoin situation.
我哋如果有啲人係擔心比特幣嘅，
Whatever cause of anxiety you have, please do this.
無論你係因為咩原因引起焦慮啦，請你都做呢一樣嘢。
I am not asking you to surrender to anything that is outside of you.
我而家咧唔係請你咧係去屈服於或者就所有係你出邊嘅嘢向佢哋去屈服或者投降。
Use your body and use your mind.
用你嘅身同埋用你嘅心。
Today, you use also breathing.
今日咧你都用埋你嘅呼吸。
Ideally, if you can do this with a little bit of a consistency,
最好咧，如果你可以有多少少恒心咁樣去做呢一件事，有一啲一致性咁樣去做呢件事咧，
it should give you a result very soon.
咁你就會有好快就會有明顯嘅效果㗎啦。
Okay, thank you. This is all for today.
好多謝晒大家，我哋今日到此為止。好，我哋今日嘅禪修就完結㗎啦。This ends the session for today. Thank you very much. We start again the same time tomorrow. Thank you, Rinpoche.